Welcome to the MVP Sports Podcast, man. This is your host, Marlo Smith, back again with another episode. This is my new channel for a lot of my subscribers of All the Way Live Sports. This is my new sports channel called the MVP Sports Podcast. So make sure y'all jump over to this channel, subscribe, like, and share this channel as well. But first and foremost, in this episode, I'm going to break down the Ohio State Buckeyes. And can the Ohio State Buckeyes win it all in 2024? And on my old show, I was in talks with some Buckeye fans, as well as during the spring. There were a lot going on, a lot of negative stuff around the program. The star quarterback left, hit the transfer portal. Really didn't think that this guy was a game-breaking quarterback, but hey, 1 year star. I mean, another year under that reign, could have done something better, maybe. Who knows? But anyway, I've seen Ohio State win the national title before without the best quarterback in the world, and I think his name was Craig Crimson or something like that. But y'all Buckeye fans, y'all know who I'm talking about. That kid was real gutsy, man. He can run. He'll do whatever it takes to get a first down to put some points on the board. He was a really, really tough quarterback. Go back and check him out. I think his name was Craig Crimson. I know it was something like that, but I remember watching them back in them days. That dude wasn't a Heisman Trophy candidate, but he was a gutsy football player. And I think in this upcoming 2024 football season, you're going to see that type of Ohio State football team with the quarterback, Will Howard. Will Howard puts me, he gives me that kind of energy that he's bringing to this offense, because the guy can run it and he can throw it, but he would definitely do everything in his power to make sure the Ohio State Buckeyes win pivotal football games, and they in that hunt. And they have a wealth of talent around them, but they need a quarterback. And Will Howard is the guy to lead them. I know they got two talented freshman quarterbacks, but that ain't going to cut it this season. That team is loaded. They have some veteran players on there with a wealth of talented freshmen. So they need a quarterback that's going to be gutsy, like Crimson. I think that's that guy. I know that's his name. But Buckeye fans know who I'm talking about. But that's who Will Howard reminds me of. So they're in good hands this upcoming season. So let me break you down on if the Ohio State Buckeyes can win it all. But head coach Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes, they finished the season 11-2 after a loss to Michigan 30-24, and losing to the number 8 Missouri Tigers 14-3 in the Cotton Bowl. But we all know some players held out because they didn't make the playoffs. But hopefully we'll get past that now, because there's more teams in the college football are able to be in the college football playoff. I think it's up. It was at 12, but I think they added 2 more teams to 14. But Ohio State is a talented football team. Let me say that again. They are so loaded. I've been up and down those boys' roster, and I saw them during the spring. I mean, Jeremiah Smith is just a dude. That guy's going to put up some big numbers in this upcoming season. And I'm looking forward to watch the Ohio State Buckeyes. But Ohio State offense never really got in the rhythm last season. The chemistry was just off. Even though they had Marvin Harrison Jr., a lot of explosive wide receiver talent, runners as well. But they just never seemed to be in sync pretty much for the most part of the season. Even though they were able to win some football games, but still, when you have seen the Ohio State football team play, like with C.J. Stroud, they were in rhythm. Cordell Jones back in the day, they was in rhythm. Majority of the time, you always saw Ohio State in rhythm, running and passing. They weren't really the same, even though they won on talent alone. Sometimes you that good, you can win on talent. But Cal McCord was the guy at quarterback where he passed for over 3,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And he completed 65.8% of his passes. But for some reason, I just don't understand why. I guess they gave him the ultimatum. You can leave you're going to be in a quarterback battle this upcoming offseason. So something happened that hit a nerve, and that guy got out of town. But I think the Buckeyes do have that guy, Will Howard. But Ryan, they needed to improve the offensive play calling in order to utilize the mass amount of skilled players on the offensive side of the ball. So he hired offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, who was a guru, to bring life into the offensive unit in this upcoming 2024 football season. And let me tell you, if Ryan Day allow Chip Kelly to do his job, Ohio State is going to be a scary football team, run and pass. And Will Howard, he fits this offense to a T. He could be a Marcus Mariota in this offense. He's athletic enough to keep that football and run it, and also make some nice timely throws in his offense, big explosive plays, as we seen with Oregon back in the day with Marcus Mariota, LaMichael James. They had a deadly 1-2 punch, run and pass. I mean, whatever they want to do on the offensive side of the ball, they did. They were a physical running team who can make explosive plays down the field. So Chip Kelly will bring that type of play calling to this unit. But while at Oregon, Chip Kelly ran up points by the boatload. I'm telling you, his team averaged 43.1 points a game, 489.4 yards of total offense. This man almost racked up 500 yards of total offense when he was running, when he was controlling the things at Oregon. 489.4 total yards of offense. Now listen to this. This without any big-time recruits. Oregon was just basically training these guys up for this offense, and they was going out there and doing it. They wanted 4 5-star recruits that they were doing it with. Now this man has 4 5-star talented players, runners and passers and pass catchers. So and a nice offensive line. So Oregon actually ran for 273.1 rushing yards per game in 3 seasons under the watch for our Chip Kelly. They averaged 489.4 total yards a game, and in 3 years, over 3 years, they rushed for 273.1 yards per game in 3 seasons. They did it in 3 seasons. That's crazy. They was really turning out yards on the ground. They were so deadly in that read option offense, man. It was killing people. But you give him this kind of talent, and under the watchful eye of this guy, Chip Kelly, it's going to be crazy. But don't forget that under his watch, too, they surpassed 40 points in 28 of 40 games. Listen to this. They surpassed 40 points in 28 of their 40 games. Oregon was talented, but they, like I said, they didn't have the talent that's on the roster for this upcoming season that the Ohio State Buckeyes have. They Oregon and recruit with the best programs in the country. They just did not. But you're going to see these players for the Buckeyes in 2024 under Chip Kelly's watch, and how he used these players to make a big impact. Man, it's going to be a fun football season, and I can't wait. Ohio State, I still got Michigan, going to be playing pretty good football. I know a lot of people count Michigan out, but you can't do it. You got the Oregon Ducks, USC Trojans, you got Utah. So it's going on UCLA. Like I said, it's a lot of good football going to be played in the Big Ten. So the playoff is going to be crazy. The playoff is going to be crazy. But Ohio State, man, right now, they are loaded on the offensive side of the ball, and as well as on the defensive side of the ball. But Chip Kelly has some serious toys to work with. Trust and believing. Let's get into it. Y'all Buckeye fans, I know y'all want to know more about what y'all got going on the offensive side of the ball. Stay with me. All right. I believe Will Howard. I already said before, I believe Will Howard is the guy. He's going to be the starting quarterback when Ohio State kick off the season. But he's the right man for the job. If the Buckeyes want to get to the playoffs and have a chance to win a national title, this guy needs to be in the driver's seat for this program. But you got wide receiver skill guys such as, I call him Baby Megatron, Jeremiah Smith, true freshman. You got Emeka Egbuka, who over his career at Ohio State has 124 catches, over 1,800 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Granted, injuries got in the way last season that hurt him a lot. But this guy, before all of that, he was one of what several wide receivers that was on the field that, and some of them guys already gone pro, went first round and making plays in the NFL. But this guy was still doing his thing. But injuries last season slowed him down. But Emeka is a star player. And you got the freshman baby Megatron, Jeremiah Smith, who's going to be a dog out there. And let's hope Emeka is healthy and ready to take the next step in 2024. He should be the leader of this program and that wide receiver core when they take the football field. And he should be the one that Will House should be looking for when the time comes. But you also, Jeremiah Smith is a man-child dude, put up crazy numbers in high school. And he was one of the most sought-after high school football players in the country. I call him man-child. This dude is something special. But he caught 179 passes, over 3,000 yards, and 45 touchdowns during his stellar high school career. And that's saying a lot, getting this boy on campus early, getting him prepared to help the Buckeyes out this season. You cannot keep a talent like that off the football field. Let's not forget about the two talented runners, Travion Henderson and superstar rusher Quinshon Johnson from Ole Miss came over after having a productive season. He hit the highway to greener pastures. And I know some people say the grass ain't greener on the other side, but hey, it's greener over there at Ohio State because it can put him on a bigger stage, bigger platform, and get him to the college football playoff. And the guys are talented. Only way Quinshon Johnson Judkins fail is if he gets injured. But this kid is going to be productive. There's no way he's too talented. He's one of those dudes, and Judkins is going to make a big impact for Ohio State. Like I said, he transferred in from Ole Miss, where he put up over 500 carries, over 2,700 yards, and 31 touchdowns for his Ole Miss career. You heard what I said. Over 500, he had 500 carries. I think the bid is at over 2,700 yards and 31 touchdowns for the Ole Miss Rebels. Now he's over here playing for the Ohio State Buckeyes, who's going to have a fire offensive line, wide receiver talent around him like Ole Miss ain't never seen. And look what Judkins did there. Even though Ole Miss was good, they still weren't good enough to take down the top programs in the SEC. But you give this kid who still was putting up big numbers over here to this program, and they're going to be playing on elite levels. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be some fun to watch. And I'm an Alabama fan, but I'm definitely going to tune in and watch the Big Ten too because I just love college football, so I'm going to be checking in on that. You best believe it. But let's not forget about also another talented wide receiver, Brandon Enos. Ohio State defensive coordinator Jim Knowles has made his mark with the Buckeyes unit since his arrival, and they are championship ready. They are ready to explode on the scene in 2024. This man has a lot of toys to play with. You should see a lot of man in this defense and let guys go after it because they got some guys on that back end who ready to play. But in 2023, the defensive unit allowed 9.9, the second fewest points per game, fourth in total yards per game at 262.2, and second in passing yards per game, 149.8. Defense is ready. Let's talk about the defensive skill players Knowles has to play with. On the defensive side, you got defensive end Jack Sawyer, JT Tuamaloa, who's a superstar, should be a future first-round pick. The guy is a talent, can do all things, can pass rush, play the run, you name it, set the edge. He is ready to go. You got Ty Hamilton, Tyleek Williams. This dude I really love right here, C.J. Hicks. He should be ready to have a breakout season, man. The dude is super talented, very fluid athlete, should make a big impact at the linebacker position whenever he gets on the football field. You can play him run every down, run and pass. He's just that athletic. He's a star in the making. You got Denzel Burke, lockdown cornerback. You got Jordan Hancock, Lathan Ransom, and superstar transfer Alabama, former Alabama player, Caleb Downs, who put up impressive stats as a freshman for the Crimson Tide. The guy finished the season with 107 stops, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 interceptions. And he also ran back if you want to use him on special team, you see the highlights. He ran back a punt for Alabama in a football game. The kid is ultra talented. He's a special dude. But the Buckeyes had the coaching staff and the players in place in 2024 to win the college football national championship. And I think it all will start with the quarterback position. No matter what's around them on offense and defense, the quarterback position is going to depict if Ohio State is going to go anywhere. And Will Howard, I know he's the guy. I watched him play at Kansas State. The dude has that it factor. He's not super flashy, but he would get the job done. And Ohio State has a chance to do something special. But it's gonna be, don't get it twisted. It's gonna be a lot of good teams out here vying for playoff spots. The SEC is gonna be loaded. The Big Ten is gonna be loaded. I can say one team out of the ACC might get in there. Florida State, really talented football team. Some people saying Miami. I don't know. Miami been coming back since I last watched Warren Sapp playing, so who knows him? She'll tell her. But Ohio State, they really have everything on paper to give them a chance. It just got to come together, and it starts with the quarterback position. But let me know what y'all think about this video. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share this channel. Subscribe, like, and share this channel. And I'm going to do a schedule breakdown on the Ohio State Buckeyes pretty soon. And so I'm going to walk you guys through it. And I'd love to get you guys feedback on what you think about it. And because there's going to be some really, really good football being played in 2024. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share this channel. Know that God is an awesome God. I love you guys. This is the MVP Sports Podcast. Your host, Marlo Smith. And I'm out. Peace.